welcome back to the next episode of the build tutorial. So this episode we're going to be doing the kitchen, and quite embarrassingly I forgot what room the kitchen was. I think it was this room, and we're going to make the kitchen this room even if it wasn't, because that's where I want the kitchen to go. So let's get started, guys. Alright, so kitchen's one of my favourite rooms to do. So to start off with, I actually do the counters first, because I match the wallpaper like to the counters and stuff. I just kind of find it easier that way. Alright, so the first thing I do is put down like where I want the counters to go. So for this kitchen, I think we're going to go around here and have something like a little island in the middle. So what I will do is, let's go base game. Base game. Oh, I really like these parenthood ones. Let's go the parenthood ones. And I'm going to go like a plain color. And I'm also going to put on move objects. Okay. So I want it to go kind of around here. This is just rough. So this is just to get the general idea. Okay. So I want them to go there. Now I know I need to add in at least a fridge and a stove. And I don't like fridges and stoves going together. So I might put the fridge there, and I'm going to put the stove there. And I also wouldn't mind putting in, like a pantry kind of thing, and I'm going to put that against that window area there, which means this is where we can put our sink. Okay, so we kind of have like a general idea, and then we have this empty space in the middle, which we can fill out. Now, I feel like most kitchens are going to have like the counters around here, and then you're going to have some sort of island. So I'm going to just go through a few options. So we have this one here. Now, just in case you didn't know, if you come like hover and then you click along here where the swatches are, it'll open up all of this. And you have all here, all these other counter options. So we have like something like this. Something like that looks kind of cool. You can even go and do, like, depending on the size of your kitchen, you can do counter islands like that, and you can put like actually put a stove in there, or you could just put like, you know, another one of these. Oop, there we go. Okay. So I like that, but in this kitchen it's a little bit smaller, so I probably wouldn't do that for this kitchen. So when you have a smaller kind of kitchen and you don't want like a huge island, what you can do is two of these. So that corner one there, and then I like using these two because I like the different kind of cupboard variations. I kind of think that looks cool. And then that's like a smaller little area. That is like something that you can do. Another option, if you don't have the space for even that, you can actually come in here to dining tables, and I really like the way it looks. I'm just going to move these out of the way for a moment. I personally like the way that it looks if you put in sort of something like that in the middle. You can even put in like your actual dining table if you wanted to, and have like the tables and chairs all around here. Another table that looks good is like this one. And you can put some bar stools and decorate it. But for this kitchen, I think we need like the islands. So that's what we're going to go for here. And I think we might, yeah. Now, just another little thing in case you didn't know. If you hold down Alt, you don't have to place things on the grid. You can place it like whoop-de-doo wherever you want. But if you don't hold down Alt, you're restricted to like the grid. So if you want to put kind of like that there instead, then you can sort of do that, and it should snap to it. So this one we can do free placement with, and then this one, if you put it close to it, it does snap to it, as you can see. So let's put that there. And now we kind of have like that general idea of the kitchen. So let's put in the cabinets. Now what I like to do with the cabinets is when the cabinets go over the window, I like to use the smaller cabinets. So I use these ones here, which are like the normal sized ones. I use the corner cabinets. I use the, this one here is like a pantry. And I use these little ones here. So the way that I would do this kitchen is I would put the corner one there, then I'd put these littler ones over the windows like so, like that. Then I know that I'm going to be putting the stove here. So the stove gets a mini one, and the fridge, and that gets a mini one. So that's how I do it, and I like the fact that there's kind of the different heights. So basically windows, fridges and stoves get the little cupboards, corner cupboards for the corners, normal size ones just for normal wall, and then you can put your pantry ones in. For the purpose of this though, something else I do enjoy doing, I'm going to put another one of these cabinets over here. So if you hold something and you hold shift and click, it will duplicate that item. So if you don't hold shift and you just click, it's just going to place it there, except this is a cabinet which duplicates itself automatically. But what I'm talking about is, so if we just want to place that there, we just click, it doesn't duplicate. But if I click on it, hold shift, click on it again, I have another cabinet, just in case you didn't know that either. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the fridge and the stove. I like getting fridges and stoves that match like the kitchen, or at least a fridge and a stove that match. So I'm going to use all like parenthood stuff, and I'm just going to make it all plain. I personally think that kitchens look best when they're all plain, and then you add colors to your kitchen by the accessories and the wallpaper. That's how I like to do it. We also need to add a light. My favorite light that I will use all throughout this house, it's like my holy grail light, is, of course I can't find it. Where'd you go, buddy? It's a hard one to find. I always lose it. This one, the subtle saucer, and I like to put that there. Then one last kind of thing is I come over here to the range hood things, and I like to put these in. I just think that that's very realistic. So you can do that one, you know, you can do something like that. I quite like that one, except you've got to like get it like placed really well, which can be annoying. And I like that one. But for now we're going to do that one. Okay. So now let's clutter this place up. So it's at this point that I'd put in the wallpaper, because this is where I'd be like, okay, yep, now I kind of know what I'm going for. So around where the cabinets are, I always like to put tile. So I love these tiles from the Parenthood pack. They are like, I adore them. But really any tile, something like that. Something like that's a little bit big, so maybe you only want to put it against one wall, but I would recommend having at least one wall in your kitchen covered with like tile. I don't know, like a little splashback. I like the way it looks. So we're gonna go today with this one. This is like my favorite. This is like my go-to. So we're gonna do that. And then I always come in here and just like go objects by function and decorations. Like, I know you guys know where this is, but when I do my decorations, I get everything from here. It is just easier. Okay, so kitchen stuff. Now, I don't like my corners over here being too empty, so I put larger items in the corners over there. So what I do is I want to use that Alt thing that I showed you before, where you can do the free movement. So to start off with, I just place a few things here just to get an idea. So I put like a plant next to the stove. A really good thing to always kind of put down is like the dish spoon holder thing. But basically just go through and kind of think of like kitchen stuff. So tissues, put them there, and you just place everything, and then we like fiddle and move around with it. That's like what I think is the easiest way to do it. With the new pets pack, I love using these. I think they look really good in a kitchen. Then if you can get like the soap dispenser, put that over there. We'll put that there in a minute. What else? The cookie jar always ends up being like a good little asset, so we'll put that there. Fruit bowls, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to get all of your kitchen stuff and kind of put it in general areas. So like that little thing there is very kitcheny. These books are very kitcheny. We'll go here. Fruit bowl, very kitcheny. We'll put that there. This little plate thing, I really like that. Then that is usually good in a kitchen. And this here, I like, what I usually put in the corners would be this or if I can find it, it is a thing that holds the cupcakes from, I think it's Get to Work or Get Together or something. That's also something that I often put in the kitchen. And for some reason, when you want to find stuff in the catalog, you can never find it. Another thing I always like to use in my kitchens is this thing here. Okay, so I think we've got like a general idea of like what we want in the kitchen. The only thing I'm going to add is that and that. And we just probably need something. Actually, I like putting that fruit bowl under there. I really like the way that looks. So I'm going to put that there. And then maybe put those cookbooks there. Alright, so then what I do is I start over here and like I move the counter aside. And if we grab this object, we can, you know, place it anywhere we want. So we go Alt and then we use that to kind of put things there, and then you put the counter back and check it. Yep, that looks good. All right, so then say this here, you can't play, if you hold Alt, it's not going to put it where you want it to. So that's why you've got to move the counter away so that it works. So Alt and then kind of place that where you want it to go and then put the counter back. So we just kind of go around and we do that with all of our objects. So put that there. I kind of like, you know, something like that. I like it to look a little bit kind of cluttered and messy because it is a kitchen and like I like them to be sort of realistic. So that's just me. And then I sort of put that in the corner. I like putting these kind of here like as though you'd use them while you're cooking, and then I'll put that there, and then I'll put that one there, and then put that back. Okay, so there we go. Like we've got a pretty good, well cluttered kitchen. And then the only other thing is put that there. We want something a bit, ooh, what can we put there? We just need something, a little something that might go there. So let's see. Actually, we could put these here, size them down. So it's not the bracket key, it's like the square brackets. Up is bigger and then down is smaller. Just in case you didn't know. Like, I'm assuming that you guys know, but like you might not. And then you're like, what are you doing? So let's put those under there. Okay, perfect. And then I don't always put a microwave in my kitchen, but we have some space here. So I think that we will put the microwave there. And then just here, I'm going to... You have to kind of like guess and then be like, oh yeah, you know, that actually needs to be moved that way a little bit. Much better. And then come back to kitchen. Let's put a microwave in just for the sake of it. Okay, perfect. Let's put some bar stools in. I love using bar stools. I like to use these ones. I think are really cool. Otherwise, just use like the ones that kind of like match. So these ones match, but these ones also match as well. And I really like the way that they look. So I'm going to pop them in there. Okay, so that is that. Now, a few final touches. Let's go and put a fire alarm in. I usually put the fire alarm, like, there's usually like a spare wall, like this little bit here. So I'll put the fire alarm there. We're going to add some pet stuff because, you know, pets. So let's pop that there. Okay, that's good. Now, looking at these walls, maybe we could put something here. So we'll come back to wall decorations, and a few little decorations I like to use in kitchens. As an example, you know, like maybe putting them under there, or that like knife and fork looks really cool, I think. And then another one that I like to use is, if I can find it, yes, this here, like the spice rack. So we just put that there. Now, against sort of this wall here, we may need to put something. So let me have a look. This is always a good thing to like use to fill up space in a kitchen. And then depending on, like, we probably won't put that in the hallway. So like something like that there, or even like there, I think looks good right near the fridge. So that's an option. And then 9 and 0 we use to put objects up and down. So let's just put that there, because I'm going to probably put some shelves there. We're going to do that when we kind of do the hallway. So I'm going to leave that for now. Then the last thing we always need is to put a garbage bin in. And I like to put garbage bins like up against here, Or you can actually put a garbage bin, like just for argument's sake. Like you could put a bin here because that cabinet and nothing on that cabinet's actually functional. So you're not really ruining anything by putting that garbage bin there. So I kind of put them like maybe there, but that door is there. So I'm not going to do that in this instance. But the other place I'd put it is like up here, up against that, like there. And then one last thing, I like to put a little rug in near the sink. So either one of these shaped ones, like that, or I really quite like this one. I think that one is pretty good. And it comes in like some really generic colors. We can just do like a nice like soft green color, which I think is nice. And that's scented, all beautiful. So this is going to annoy me how that and that aren't scented. So I could move that over. Should I? Yes. And then I'll put the bin there. Yeah. Okay. And then I just need to move that over. So there. And then the last thing that we need to do is come back in here and fill the rest of the walls. So with wallpaper, there are basically two wallpapers I use because I think that they're just like generic ones. They're good, they work with everything. So I either use in the paint swatch thing here, I either use this one, which actually matches the Parenthood tiles that we used, or I use like these ones here. And I like just like a plain kind of swatch. So I think I'm going to just stick with this one here because it does kind of match. And I think it's a good, like, it works in the wall, in the hallway as well, sorry. So let's just pop that there. Just thinking if we want to do a different color. Maybe we want to do that. Or that. Yes, I don't like the, I like the blue, but not in this instance. Okay, so there we go. That's looking pretty schmicky schmack. And then last thing, let's put some, I'm actually not going to put the floors in yet because I don't put floors in until the end when I can see the whole kind of house and what I'm working with. So at the moment, we're not going to do floors, but that's the kitchen. So I hope that you guys like it. Next episode, I'm going to show you how to do dining rooms, which I hate doing, but we're going to do dining rooms. And then I think we'll do like bathrooms and hallways as like in one episode because like, oh, like entryway and bathroom. So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe, check back for next episode, all of that kind of stuff. You know what to do, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in my next video. See ya!